Is this a form of mass social control? What's really behind this? Is this about trying to medicate our best and brightest, young, masculine, driven future generations? What's really going on here?
I think with so many things in the pharmaceutical and medical area, it started out as a genuine attempt to address a problem. Hey, we think there may be this small sliver of kids who have a neurological issue that makes it impossible for them to focus or learn. And so they developed this drug at the time that they thought, hey, this might be good for treating this tiny little niche a sliver of people and help them. And for all I know, maybe that works for a very, very small sliver. But what it ended up becoming was a tool of control. I think it was largely pushed by schools and teachers, many of whom I think just didn't like having energetic little boys in their class. They liked compliant girls who could sit still and listen and follow directions. And they didn't like that a ton of boys are just not made to sit in a classroom like statues for 8 or 9 hours a day. And this thing that began with good intentions actually became a massive program to drug boys into compliance, into being more like little girls. So I don't think it started out insidiously, but it certainly became that way. And I think a lot of parents in this were victims, especially maybe single moms. They've got these rambunctious boys. They have no time to do anything. They're constantly anxious and stretched thin. And lo and behold, out of nowhere comes this diagnosis that, oh, it's if I can just get him on this pill, we can fix things. And so I think a lot of parents were lied to and manipulated into going along with this who really didn't know better at the time. And it's every bit as sad for the boys who were drugged as it was for the parents who were taken advantage of.
And just so we are clear, that this is a hyper feminine approach that we must medicate the boys. Sit still and be quiet behavior. Our feminist feminization of the American school system, very heavy on reading and writing, which girls actually develop verbal skills earlier than boys. The zero tolerance discipline stuff, especially when kids are 4, 5, or 6. Also, the decrease in competitive and physical activities. You see this across the board. So I think that there's also a pharmacological benefit here. And I looked up the numbers just so we're clear. 15% of young boys are on ADHD medication. 15%. 15% of our nation's young men that might have the most energy and the most vigor and the most vitality and the most just love of life are currently medicated.